everybody. How are you doing? I'm sorry I had some connection problems, but here I am. Hello, my beautiful game on, sweetie. I received your email, just haven't had time to write back to you. I'll write back to you a little bit later, my love. So just one little second. I'm just going to go into PayPal, but I believe I'm going to start off with you, my beautiful love. Hello, Bright Eyes. How are you doing? Hi, Quanson. Do we have Lilith with us? We do. Hello, beautiful Lilith. How are you doing, sweetie pie? All right. So, hold on. Let's go over here. How was everybody's day today? For me, it was a heavy kind of a day. It was a heavy day. All right, here we go. So, all right, here we go. All right. So, here we go. I've got you. We're going to start over here with, we do have Bright Eyes. We do have Mimi. We do have Game On. We're starting with Game On, okay, sweetie pies? So Game On is first. We're going to go see Bright Eyes. We're going to go and see Mimi right after. And I'm going to write back to your email, my beautiful Game On. Either tonight or tomorrow morning, I'll give you all the information that you need, okay, sweetie? All right, so here we go. We're going to start this off like this. Game On. All right, here we go. All right, here we go. Why this store closure? You weren't supposed to send the last 30 bank deposits to your district manager. Hold on. All right. So why the store closure? I was supposed to send the last 30-day bank deposits to district manager Adrian, but you also included some. Aw, you're such a sweetie pie. My God, you're so cute. You're such a sweetheart. Okay. So, all right. So, my beautiful love. And let's go. So game on, you are first. We're actually going to go and see over here how's he going to feel when he receives the package with the chocolates. Yeah. So how's he going to feel when he actually receives it? Honestly, it's like a sweet... It's almost like a sweet goodbye into a certain way. Like, it's sweet and it's loving and it's everything that's into it at the same time. I feel like you're going to be showing that you've got this beautiful... it's like positive. It's like human. It's sweet. I feel like he's going to be pleasantly surprised when he does actually open it because of the thoughtfulness of it. I mean, you didn't have to do it, but you did it. It's going to register as you're being very sweet and loving. I feel like he's going to feel pleasantly surprised by the chocolates. Absolutely not expecting it. I feel like for him, it's going to be thoughtful, it's going to be classy, it's going to be kind, and there's nothing that's over the top within it all. So he's going to see it as a gesture, if you will, of appreciation, and also, I'm going to say, of professionalism, especially given the fact that the store is closing, and I do feel as though he does feel bad for that. So it's actually going to soften what could feel like a purely administrative kind of moment. I mean, you're just sending out those bank deposits, right? But the chocolates add that sense of warmth, of gratitude, of emotional intelligence. So he's likely going to think something along the line that was really, really quite thoughtful of you altogether. And it's going to leave him with a nice, good, sweet impression of you, that you're respectful and you're considerate and you're going to be memorable into a beautiful, positive way, like forever for him, because I don't believe anybody else has ever done it, and I don't believe anybody else is going to be doing it neither for him. So, yeah. So, basically, I'm going to say over here, this kind of gesture doesn't create pressure, doesn't create any type of awkwardness in any kind of a way. It's actually going to strengthen, if you will, the mutual respect, the emotions. It reinforces your reputation altogether as somebody who handles transitions with grace. I'm going to say you did the great thing. Beautiful, quiet impact, but really well done. Not just onto a human level, onto an emotional level, onto a karmic level, like everything. You just did everything absolutely perfect, like an angel coming from the sky, coming on down, blessing you with beautiful chocolates. So I'm going to say good for you, sweetie. I love it. I think it's perfect. Oh, please do so, my beautiful bright eyes. Please do so, sweetie, whenever you're ready. Oh, yeah, no, just post your second question, sweetie. Post your second question when you're ready, okay? Post away and I shall be with you. And bright eyes, whenever I receive your message, I will be with you. Whenever you're ready, you can put, oh, is it up there? I don't see it. Hi, my beautiful Julie. How are you doing, sweetie? All right. Just waiting for Game On's other question. Hi, Dan. All right, maybe the chat is not, although I see Bright Eyes, I see Dan, I see Lilith. I just don't see Game On's other question. Wherever you're at, my beautiful Game On, let us know, sweetie pie. I will go and see into the meanwhile, Mimi. All right, here you go. I got you, Bright Eyes. I don't know where they are. Okay, wherever you are, sweetie, whenever you get your other question, let me know. Okay, Game On? All right. I'm going to go and see Bright Eyes. Bright Eyes, I'm going to go over here. We're going to put a timestamp. Will be diminishing soon. Oh, sweetie pie. Let me go and see. I'm going to put you a timestamp, okay, my love? So here we go. So you can come back and look at it. And you're going to be at 15 minutes. So we're going to start off with your first question, okay? So will he be purchasing a house and moving to the place? I'm not going to mention it, all right? He's definitely considering it, my love. I don't necessarily see him doing it right away. All right, hold on. I'm going to say at this moment, I feel like there's a very strong energy that is showing that this is a consideration, but I don't feel as though it's fully certain yet. I feel like he's thinking about this move seriously, but I feel like there's still some variables. So timing and finances. I feel like there's emotional hesitation also. It feels like something he's leaning towards, though it may not happen as quickly and or as cleanly as it actually appears onto the surface. So yes, I'm gonna say there's definitely a direction that is there, but it's not quite finalized yet. Like there's a want and there's a desire, there's an actual consideration, but the movement is not quite there yet. Will you find love with somebody else soon? It's gonna take a little bit because I feel like we have to get over this one. Our Queen of Cups needs to heal. Our Queen of Cups needs to find herself again. So you will, but maybe not the way that you actually expect it to. I feel like what's coming first is more of an emotional healing. It's more of a rediscovering of yourself outside of this connection. I feel like regarding a sense of emotional independence also that is there. So I'm going to say after that, I do see like a new romantic opportunity that's going to be coming on in towards you. But I feel like this person's going to be more emotionally available and more aligned with where you're actually going next. I feel like it's healthier. I feel like it's steadier. But I still feel like you're holding on to this person for a certain amount of time, my love. So I'm going to say, will you find love again? Absolutely you will, but you're going to have to find yourself again. You're going to have to find what you want. And you're going to have to heal from this one. So yes, you will. And this person's probably going to end up finding you before you find them, but it could take a certain amount of time. By a certain amount of time, it could take, I'm going to say like September, October, something of the such. I know it seems long, and sometimes it's easier to kind of swap one for the other. It kind of releases the pain and makes things easier. But for some people, yes. For some people, no. You're taking your time. You're healing. You're moving on forward. So yeah, I still feel like even when this person moves, you're still going to keep a connection, which is making it a little bit difficult for you to move forward and to really completely release. right. All right. How does Anthony feel about you guys going your own ways? Oops. Page of Wands, King of Swords. He's not doing it because he's happy about it, my beautiful love. But I feel like it's something that he must do. So I feel like he feels sad. I feel like he feels conflicted. He feels a little bit nostalgic. But I also feel like he feels a little bit resigned. I feel like he's emotionally a little bit overwhelmed and really quite maybe a little bit even unable to fully show up into the way that you deserve or that the way that you would like. So yes, he does care about you, and this is not indifference in any kind of a way. However, I feel like he's choosing what feels easier for him emotionally, even if it does kind of hurt you both. So I'm going to say the connection isn't ending because there is a lack of love. It's shifting because you're outgrowing the space where you guys can actually meet in. There's something else he's got to do over there. I feel like it has something to do within work in some kind of a way. You're not losing love, but you're making room for one that could actually stay around you. I know you really love this person. I know you have a very long history with this person. And it's not a connection that's going to fade away. It's not a connection that's going to dissipate or it's going to delete itself. That's going to make it harder because there's still going to be a connection that's going to be there as you're both a little bit kind of moving on forward. So it's going to be up to you to navigate how you want to work that, how you want to work through. If you want to have like somewhat of a cutoff for a little bit of a time for you guys to kind of figure out your own path and then become friends again. You know, if that's a possibility, or if you want to continue, that's entirely up to you. You seem to be meeting somebody more at the, you know, into the fall, something of the such. So take your time, see where that's going. He's not doing it because he's happy of it. You're not happy of it. You will find somebody else. There's no doubt about it. And he truly is quite sad about the whole situation, my love. Hi, Love Shine. How are you doing, sweetie? How are you doing, my love? Hi, Mischievous. I still don't have. Where did Game On go? I still don't have our other question. Oh no, you said it was perfect, but I still don't have your other question though. Where are you, sweetie pie? Okay, well, if you're around, I don't have it. I don't know. Oh, there you go. You just finished listening to the reading. You had to pause because, oh, okay, not a problem, sweetie. Let me know whenever you're ready what your second question is, my love. Just let me know. I was looking for it. I am doing pretty good. I'm doing good, sweetie. Thank you. I'm going to go and just gather up into the meanwhile Mimi's questions. So just give me a few seconds. Here we go. Thank you, my beautiful love shine also. Okay. All right. So here we go. All right. Let's go and see the question. Hi, Elaine. Oh, you're such a sweetie pie, love shine. Yes, and Lilith for saying to hit the like button. Is you've been applying to other jobs? Are you going to get an offer soon? Let's go see, sweetie. All right. I do have our Tower moment. I do have our Three of Pentacles. I do have our 5. I do have our Devil. It's a little bit complicated. It's a little bit complicated. I want to say within the following 3 months. What I will say is from the moment where you're no longer working at the place that you are currently working in, I will say 3 to 5 weeks. Within the following 3 to 5 weeks, you will find a job that is somewhat similar to the one that you currently have at this moment. I say somewhat similar. I feel like the pay might not be as good, but it's going to be really, really quite close. But I feel like you have good opportunities to move on up. So that's going to kind of palliate for it. So I'm going to say within the following 3 to 5 weeks, it is a similar type of job. The pay will be a little bit lower, a little bit, not much. But like I said, you'll have chances to go and gain a little bit more. But the 3 and 5 weeks is starting from the moment where you're no longer working into this place. So it's not starting right away. So if you're thinking about right away and this place is still open for like a month, then I'm going to say probably about, I said about 3 months. So we're going to say about 2 months or so. Yeah. Sending you much love, my beautiful game on. You've got this, sweetie. You're a beautiful soul, honestly. You and Oreo, really. We're going to put a timestamp for Mimi. How did it go, my beautiful Elaine, sweetie? Mimi's going to be at 32 minutes. Love Shine is next. Then we're going to go and see our beautiful Mimi. All right. Mimi, what's going on, sweetie? I do feel the heaviness that you're carrying. Being tired isn't just something that is physical, it's emotional fatigue from, I'm going to say, being around the energy that doesn't feel aligned or fair. That turn off that you're feeling is a little bit your intuition that is saying you're outgrowing this environment, if you will. About Sam, we're going to go and look at Sam. Love Shine, you're going to be on up next. About Sam, I feel like you're right to sense that Sam is trying to stay kind of neutral, but neutrality often kind of leads towards the sign with more influence. So Sam doesn't dislike you. He does respect your work and sees you as very capable. Emotionally, though, he chooses the path, I'm going to say, of less resistance. So right now I feel like he's not actively defending you, but he's not actively against you neither. He's more into like a self-preservation kind of a mode. So if help comes from him, it will be small and quiet, not outspoken. So don't expect him to take a stand. It's just really not where he's at emotionally at this moment. Now, about PW saying she hopes that you move centers. That comment wasn't actually cruel. It was actually kind of revealing. It shows that they already see you as somebody who doesn't fully belong there anymore, and that your energy no longer kind of blends with theirs. So this is less rejection. It's more confirmation that your path is shifting, if you will. As for Mr. Ari, you haven't asked me about Mr. Harry in like a week or so. And I'm going to say it's okay that you're thinking about him again, sweetie. It doesn't mean that you're stuck. It means that something is kind of completing itself. He does think of you from time to time, especially into those quiet moments. There is a sense of warmth and nostalgia, but he is very absorbed into his own life and into his own responsibilities. So he's not reaching out, not because you didn't matter, but because he compartmentalizes, if you will, his emotions. And he avoids reopening chapters that he can't tend to actually really quite properly. So I'm going to say there's feelings, but there's no movement forward. About the bond being gone, the bond is not gone. It hasn't vanished. It hasn't gone anywhere, but it has gone somewhat dormant. It's not growing. It's not necessarily deepening. It's not really evolving. It's just dormant. And you're right. You're no longer that priority into his life, but again, it has nothing to do with you, who you are, what you have, your worth. It's a reflection of his own emotional capability, if you will. So, I mean, he's still chatting with other people casually, yes. Deeply, no. It's surface level interactions and distractions, not connections. So I'm going to say you're not meant to complete or to compete for space into his life in any kind of way. You're meant to be chosen clearly, without doubt, without silence. So what's happening at this moment at work is more memories, it's more fatigue, it's more preparation for a clean shift that's coming. You're not losing anything into your life in any kind of a way. You're taking away what's not good for you. You're getting ready for what's next. So I'm going to say just kind of go along with this beautiful transition, sweetie. One little tiny little step at a time. You've got this. Your skills are growing for no reason. Why not? I'm going to go and see Love and Shine. Then I'm going to go and see Elaine. Skills, if they're growing, is because you're working onto it. They just don't grow magically. Here we go. Love shine. You are going to be at 37 minutes. Yeah, no. So love shine's at 37 minutes, and we're just going to go over here. We're going to go like that. I'm going to go into my email. That's where I'm going to go. And here we go. Oh, I can read this later? Where's the fingers? Oh, okay. Oh, all right, okay. I'll read it later. Okay. Okay. So 2026, how do I see M treating and feeling about Amy or the relationship? And we're going to go over here. So for the email part, I'll get back to you. I'll get back to you tomorrow. So how do I see M treating you and feeling about you and your relationship? Sweet Lord, look at that. 2 of Cups, Ace of Cups coming on through. Love, a continuous amount of love, no judgment whatsoever, just love and sharing and bonding and getting a little bit closer and making things happen in different kind of ways. You could not really get a better spread, my love. It's really about getting to know you even more. It's about sharing passion, sharing thoughts, sharing ideas. It's about giving you more love, but it's also about nurturing the relationship altogether. And there doesn't seem, I'm not saying there's no fights or there's no conflicts coming around this year. There will be some, but it's like if we're feeling completely comfortable with you. He feels at ease with you. You feel at ease with him. You can talk about things. You can discuss about things. You can open it up freely into places where you normally could not necessarily with everybody. And that is beautiful. So I'm going to say for him, he just really wants to try to nurture and to grow this relationship more. For him, it is a continuous love. It's not a love that is stagnant. It is a love that is continuing. There is more and more love as time goes on by. As for your relationship, he wants it to continue nurturing into that same way. Now, with the wife and him, Five of Pentacles. There is some sadness. There's a continuous amount of I'm feeling left out. I'm feeling onto the side. I'm feeling sad. I'm feeling like I don't have my place. I want to look towards the future, but I feel like it's complicated. I do not feel like they are separating in 2026. I don't feel like one is leaving the other. I do feel like they are continuing to look towards the future within their plans. It is the Wands. It is not the Cups. It is not anything of the such. It is a continuous looking towards the future, but it's always looking towards the future into a stagnant place where we kind of feel like we're a little bit handicapped by it. It's like we're missing something. It's like if you're trying to walk without those crutches, but you broke a leg. You still need to walk, but it's difficult without those crutches. So this is it. We're always feeling a little bit out of the loop, always feeling a little bit sad. And that goes both ways. It goes as much for him as for her towards him. It's always like not all the information is given, and we're always feeling like we're a little bit left out onto the side. And that's the painful part of it. So it's like we're being a little bit of some hypocrites. We're continuing onto this path, knowing that we're not happy, but that's what we're doing. What changes do I see for you? Honestly, I do see you having some anxiety. I do. I don't see you having sadness. I see you having anxiety. I see you trying to, most of your challenges are coming from your mind. They're coming from your brain. Not even necessarily something that is here, that is physical, that I can touch. It is something that is constructed within your mind. So I'm going to say in 2026, be very careful about what you are actually constructing, what you're formulating into your mind, what you're saying to yourself, because what you say to yourself is dictating what is happening and what is coming on through and what you're manifesting. And so be very, very careful about that, because I do see some stagnancy and I do see some stress, but it's not necessarily, the stress is coming from things that you cannot see, things that you cannot control. So I'm going to say you seem to have a good control in 2026 of what is controllable. Therefore, business, flyers, publicity, getting new clients, working hard at home, although like you seem to be doing good into that. Where you seem to be a little bit less, where you're a little bit more shaky is really onto the psyche. So that is a place that you have to work on too. Be careful within your emotions so they don't get the best of you. Other than that, I'm going to say, honestly, work seems to be okay. Really, the more that I can see is that you're afraid. You're afraid of things happening, but they haven't happened. It's like you're almost thinking, oh, well, what if that happens? And that's where that stress comes in, but it never does. But you think about it. So really just be careful about your thoughts. Work will get better. Your finances will get better. Is it going to be exponential? No. Will it get better? Yes. Life at home is going to remain pretty much the same. Life with M will be what it is. It will become deeper. You will feel the love deeper. You will feel the connection deeper. You will be able to see him a little bit more also throughout the year. And you will see your connection really just kind of evolving into that, into a deeper kind of a way. But your main issue is the stress. It's what's coming from your mind. Now, what do I see in you and your husband? Nothing's happening with you and your husband. Everything is staying the same. Everything will remain the same. You want to walk away, but you're not walking away. You guys are continuing what you usually do. The want is to walk away. Hubby wants to walk away too. You both want to walk away. But you're both choosing to say, oh, I'll do what I have to do because it's the simplest thing to do. Too complicated otherwise. So between you and hubby, things are remaining the way that they are. So I'll say inconsistent, inconsiderate on his behalf. Isolation, a little bit more isolation coming from one another. Although you seem to be into a certain understanding where you guys can talk to each other and kind of figure some things out, and that's okay. But like there's no love deepening, but there's not a bigger crevice that is creating itself neither. Let me go and give you some tarot from Em, and Elaine, you're going to be on up next. Look at that. Tomorrow is going to be -11, and right now it's -11. That's 11:11. I'm just saying. My phone is saying it to me. Look, you've got the King of Cups coming on through. You've got our Lovers coming on through, and you got our Page of Swords. Honestly, he can't get you off his mind. He loves you. He's not all that good. Honestly, he's really not all that good at always showing it. He has so much more love for you than what he actually shows. That being said, you just kind of awaken everything into him, sweetie. You make him want to be that king. You make him want to feel stable and loved and considerate and there and present. You're his sweetie pie. Yeah, I'm going to put this on unread because I am going to go back and read it later on. Who's going to find somebody? Your husband? No. Your husband already has been seeing somebody you know. We've talked about this into the past. Your husband does see somebody every once in a while into some city that he goes to. It's a city that he goes to maybe once or twice a year, or maybe even 3 times a year. He has seen different people every here and there, but nothing much more. So has your husband cheated on you? Absolutely. And there is somebody that he consistently does see, but like maybe 2-3 times a year, nothing much more. It's not a love thing. It's more like of a physical kind of a thing. Yeah. It is a wonderful ending. I'm sending you much love, sweetie, and I will write back to you. And I do thank you for your email, sweetie. You will hear from me probably tomorrow, however. Probably tomorrow morning, sweetie pie. Yes, that tomorrow afternoon I have a lot of things that are going on, so Elaine, how did everything go today, you and your superpowers? You hope he finds love. I don't think he ever will because he doesn't love himself, love Shine, and he's too egocentric. He only thinks about himself. He's a little bit of a hermit kind of mode. Thinks about himself, likes to live with himself, but likes to believe that people love him and want to be around him. That's his major issue. So he's never really going to truly find somebody. But hey, it is what it is. Yeah. Honestly. You don't have one? Of course you do. We all have our own superpower. Some it's a superpower of some is a superpower of manipulation. Some is a superpower of love, of empathy, of we all have superpowers. Some are good, some are bad. Okay, so here we go. But they're all very useful. It depends what you're using that superpower for. Okay. So just one second. I'm just gonna go over here. So, Elaine, I've got this. And in the meanwhile, as I'm gathering your questions, I'm just going to go and look in PayPal. All right. We're good, my sweeties. So here we go for Elaine, and then we're going to close up the readings for tonight, sweetie pies. So Elaine, and then I'm going to go and see Watson. So for your very first question, I'm going to just go and gather up the other one also. All right. So my beautiful Elaine, what do we got? Is our the best choice, and is it legit, and are the specs yeah, and is the spec work taking advantage of you? All right. So, let's go see. Oh, sweet Lord. Okay. I feel like the company itself can be a real business. The real estate firms often have official registrations and presence, but it doesn't mean they're going to treat you fairly. So it can be legit as an entity, which I do believe that it is, but it doesn't necessarily mean they have fair practices. About the spec work, I feel like your gut is wise, so I do want you honestly. Asking for multiple unpaid spec designs to evaluate you is definitely a red flag in most professional creative hiring. It benefits them financially because they expect you to work for free, you know, underneath the I'm kind of testing your talent. So there's a lot of blurs into the boundaries, and it often kind of favors the company, but it doesn't favor you, the creator. Now, real companies with structures hiring, they will pay for meaningful work tests. They will give you clear scopes and timelines. They will say, here's the brief, you know, and here's the budget. So if you're doing multiple spec tasks without compensation, I'm definitely going to say it's not a balanced professional exchange that you actually want to do. So your instincts are right. The mission or structure doesn't align with what is actually established. So I'm going to say to be very, very careful about that altogether. I'm going to just put up a red flag towards that. All right. Now your design and the visual communication of evolution altogether. Now, in short, your nice, sweet, confident answer is going to be yes, your skills have evolved to a higher level. You can translate complex, I feel, information to something that is more clear, more effective visually, into your communication designs also. Now, your ability to synthesize data, to organize visuals, to apply hierarchy, and to communicate concepts really, really quite clearly. Now, this is a sign that your skills are beyond beginner level and kind of entering, if you will, a strategic visual communication territory, which I feel is important. So even into the real estate work, which often needs clarity in data, visual structure, easy decision-making information, and compelling presentations, I'm going to say you are capable of absolutely designing that. Now, your successful PowerPoint work already shows the rhythm, the clarity, the information, and the visual translation of different type of complex ideas. Now, that is not something that is basic. It's something that's going to be emerging into your strategic design altogether. Your confidence is designing more PowerPoints and visuals, and that is not something that is accidental. It's going to come, and it is coming from real experience, but also from a certain amount of competence. So, what I'm going to say is this. Your instincts are strong. Something is feeling off professionally, trust it. It kind of feels like it does. Your research is not confusion. It's more discernment. Your design skills, they are growing fast. That's a little bit of your superpower. You're not just competent, but you're evolving. So you're going to handle complex visual information, but with good sophistication. But you do deserve fair work. So you need to be paid clear scopes and real compensation. So basically what you can do next is ask for clear scopes, for pay for any further work. You know, kind of say, I'm happy to provide a paid design test. My rate is this. Or trust your gut on offers that don't value your time. If something feels like exploitation, it probably is. So, as for your last question, any job offers coming through RGD between now and March? Let's go see. And unless I am wrong, Juanson, you're going to be on up next. The energy does show that there is movement and does show that there is response. Doesn't necessarily show that there is a silence. What I see is this. At least one strong interview opportunity is going to come from roles that you apply to through RGD. I feel like there's interest from different organizations that are going to value your design thinking, your visual communication, but also your clarity. So not just your aesthetics. The timing feels more like late February into March rather than something that would be immediate. Now, what kind of roles are more highlighted? Communication design, visual communication, presentation, PowerPoint, information design, maybe even hybrid roles. So design and strategy, or design strategy, content, communication, less pure graphic production, more thinking, more translating complex ideas visually. That's going to align much more with the skills that you do have at this moment. So that's what you have to look forward to. So keep applying consistently through RGD. It is the right channel for you. Tailor your portfolio, of course, to show the process and your clarity, not just the visuals. And don't let questionable offers kind of shake your confidence, my sweet love. Those are the important things for you. Good for you, sweetie. It is my pleasure. Hansen, you're up, and you are the last one onto the list. All right, and here we go. So let me just go do this. I'm just going to go and do that while I am here. Like that. And voila. Okie dokie. So Hansen, you are next. So let's go into my email. Do this, let's do that, let's do this. And where are you? Here you go. Okay. We're going to go over here at this one, and voila. All right. General reading. There's an imposter. All right. Alrighty, so I feel like the overall energy for you at this moment is more renewal and strength. You're coming out of a phase where you questioned yourself, maybe even waited for different type of signs. I feel like your energy is stabilizing, becoming more calmer, becoming more magnetic. But I feel like there's something that you felt a little bit more uncertain about that is kind of finding its rhythm, but it's like not screaming at you yet. It's not all that loud. So I'm going to say this is a period of quiet alignment, and things are kind of shifting behind the scenes, but they are shifting into your favor. So trust that not everything needs to be forced at this moment. Into the love, I feel like it's tender, I feel like it's warm, but I also feel like it's present. I feel like there's a feeling of, somebody missing you into a gentle kind of a way, more nostalgic, more sweet kind of a way. It doesn't feel chaotic, it feels soft, it feels steady, and it feels quite sincere. I'm going to say one tiny little step will bring you closer to that future person as time kind of moves on forward. Let's go and see how Elizabeth is doing. She's doing good. I feel like she wants to embark and do like different kind of projects, but I feel like she's doing good. I feel as though today things are well balanced. I feel like she's pretty happy. So I'm going to say, basically speaking, I feel like things are good into this. Yeah. I'm going to say that I feel like things are going well. I don't feel like she is necessarily sad. I feel like it's okay. I feel like she's good. I feel like she knows what she's got to do. She's moving on forward with it. Does she still think about you and wonder about you and everything? Absolutely. Hold on. What did you send me? Hold on. Ah! Hold on. Julie, she's so funny. She's sending me pictures of her mom. All right. So here we go. Let's go and see what we've got into the oracle. And yes. Angel message. You are protective even when it feels uncertain. Love is closer than you think. It is soft, it is steady, and it is real. You don't need to chase what's meant to stay. Your heart is learning to rest, not to worry. This phase is preparing you for something that is kinder. You are guided, even in silence. And love messages. I think of you more often than you realize. Your energy feels warm, but also feels familiar. You make people feel safe by being themselves. You always remember quite fondly. And there is something about you that simply stays. That being said, my beautiful loves, we shall end this live for tonight. And we shall see each other tomorrow. Same place, same time. Thank you, Elaine. I know. So sweet dreams, my beautiful loves, and we'll see each other tomorrow. Yeah, we are. I said we are. Oh, you're such a sweetie pie. I love that my superpower is awesome. I'll take it. I know. Oh my God, everything is so late into the chat. I've got like all this chat that is popping on through. All right. So we'll see each other tomorrow. Sweet dreams, sweetie pies.